Hey there, my Muñaños Gamer. This is Jesus from Jesus Gaming, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we are diving deep into the neon-drenched street of Yayoi City to check out a hidden indie gem that blends classic beat-em-up action with modern roguelike mechanics and a killer hook. We're talking about OverRider, developed and published by Tension Meow. OverRider dropped into the Steam Early Access in late November 2024 and is quietly building a small but dedicated following. It calls itself a thrilling, hardcore beat 'em up style action game set in a cyberpunk world. But does this live up the hype? It is unique mechanic enough to make it stand out? And what's the story behind this mysterious title? We'll cover the gameplay, the backstory, the reception so far, and whether you should jump into this early access ride. Stick around, this one got layers. At its core, Override is a side-scrolling beat 'em up. You play as Mayoi, a female doctor living a double life in this sprawling, dystopian Yayoi city. By day, she runs her clinic, though the surgery aspect isn't heavily featured in the current gameplay loop. But by night, she hunts down enemies in the neon light streets. The game boasts a really sleek, hand-drawn anime art style that perfectly captures the cyberpunk vibe. Think glowing signs, gritty alleys, and cybernetically enhanced thugs. It looks great in motion. The combat feels snappy with the options for traditional command inputs or simplified controls, making it accessible whether you're a fighting game veteran or new to the genre. But here's where Outriders throws this big twist: the Overrider system. During combat, you can literally hack your enemies, seizing control of their synthetic bodies, beat down a cyber ninja, hack into them and use their katana and shurikens. Overpower a hulking mech? Take it for a joyride. Fair enough, this isn't just a gimmick. It's central to the gameplay. Each enemy type you hijack has its own unique moveset, strength and weakness. The Shinobi offers ranged projectiles great for picking up bosses from afar. The Apprentice is a close combat powerhouse. The flying mechanics take some little time to get used to, but offer aerials attack. Discovering which enemy suits your playstyle of a current situation adds a fantastic layer of strategic and replayability. Being an action roguelike, customizations and progressions are the key. Between runs or during them, you'll interact with systems involving cores, extensions, and ships, essentially implants and upgrades that you modify your abilities and how the Overrider system works. You can tailor builds to reach higher core levels faster, granting more powerful buff while inhabiting an enemy body. There's also a drone system, although developers have noted this being completely overhauled to integrate better with the core override mechanics, simplifying things and making drones more active combat participants rather than just skill activation. Overrider doesn't just throw you into the action, it set the stage in a distant cyberpunk world. Yayoi City feels like a classic dystopian metropolis, advanced technology juxtaposed with the society decay. The game touches the themes of transhumanism, mechs, and potentially critics of capitalism, hinted by a user tax on Steam. The protagonist, Mayoi, is described as having a mysterious past, adding an element of intrigue. What drives her nightly hunts? What secrets lie behind her medical practice? The early access version currently includes a complete storyline for Chapter 1, giving a taste of the narrative. Tension Meow plans to expand the story significantly, adding more chapters, characters, and plot development throughout the early access period. While some early reviews note that the narrative felt a little rough, not uncommon for early access of course, the potential for a compelling cyberpunk story is definitely there. So what do players think? Looking at Steam, the game holds a mostly positive rating with around 78 to 79% of users' review being favorable. That's pretty solid, especially for an indie title in early access. Players often praise the gorgeous hand-drawn visual, the satisfying core beat-em-up combat, and of course, overwhelmingly, the unique and addictive override hijacking mechanic. It's a feature that gets mentioned again and again and is being incredibly fun and offering great replay value. However, it's not without its criticism. One major hurdle mentioned by the reviewers and even acknowledged by the devs in the game's name, Overrider, is quite generic, making it difficult to search for online. Finding reviews, videos, or discussion can be challenged due to clashes with other games and even Marvel villains. Word of mouth is crucial for this title. Some players also found the initial learning curve for the core extension ship system a bit steep. The good news is that developers, Tension Meow, are actively listening to feedback, and they specifically stated that they're revamping the system explanations, adding better tutorials, and improving the user interface to make these mechanics more intuitive for new players. They are also addressing feedback about difficulty scaling and making the OverRider system feels more rewarding to engage with. Other minor points include potential balance issues, with some players finding range hijacking characters may be a bit too effective against certain bosses, but again, this is early access, balances passes, and tweaks are expected. It's crucial to remember that this game is still actively cooking. Tension Meow estimate needing another 9 to 12 months from their initial statement to reach the full version, which is planned to include more story, more enemies, and thus more potentially bodies to hijack, more bosses, and potentially more playable main characters. They are actively engaging with the community for feedback, which is always a great sign. Be aware though, they also plan to gradually increase the price as more content is added. Behind OverRider is the developer and publisher Tension Meow. As is common with smaller indie studios, there isn't a huge amount of public information specifically about Tension Meow's readily available. They seem focused on delivering this title, actively engaging with players on platforms like Steam, community forums, and Discord. It's clearly a passion project, and one which I am forever grateful to be invited to test. So what's the verdict on OverRider in its current early stage? I'll let you judge this, but from my 25 cents, the pros. It has a fantastic core concept with the enemy hijacking mechanic, genuinely and unique and fun. The Cyberpunk visuals are sleek and well expected. The beat-em-up combat feels good, and the roguelike elements promise solid replayability. Developer seems engaged and responsive to feedback, and that's a good sign. And in the other side of the coin, of course, the cons. It's still rough around the edges as expected from early access, and I'm trying to be as fair as possible here because, again, this is an early access game. The onboarding for the sleeper system needs to be improved, and also I acknowledge that developers are working on it. Balance might need tweaking, and the current amount of content reflects its development stage. Plus, that name makes it hard to find when you are depending on search engines. So for which gamer this game is for? If you love beat 'em up like Streets of Rage or Final Fight, enjoy roguelikes, dig Cyberpunk's aesthetics, and you're looking for an indie game that looks really cool, unique, hooking, you should definitely keep OverRider on your radar or even jump in now. So my recommendation is that if you're okay with the nature of early access, supporting a gaming development, dealing with some rough spots, and waiting for more content, then OverRider offers a genuinely fun and unique experience right now for the current price, $9.99 at the time of the recording. So I would recommend to check occasionally SteamDB or DL Compare for current prices or the opportunity to have some offerings. The hijacking mechanic alone is worth the experience. If you prefer polished, complete experience, and maybe wishlist, and keep an eye on its development progress. Personally, I'm really impressed with the potential here. I see OverRider as an addictive, stylish brawler with a standout mechanic. It definitely feels like a hidden gem that deserves more attention, mainly if things are going to be for the better, and I'm talking about the future developments and the fixes that are in progress for the game. So let me know in the comments, what are your thoughts about this game? Do you like Cyberpunk games, roguelike, or beat 'em up? Are you gonna try out OverRider? Also, consider hitting that subscribe notification and like this video for more gaming news, retro gaming, walkthroughs, game reviews, and general gaming info. This is from This is Gaming, health and success, and happy gaming.